I'm ChosenArchitect, and this is All The Mons. I think I may have created a little bit of a problem last episode. And the final one. Now, yes, that was necessary, and yes, I also feel like a monster for doing it. But good news is, I have 16 individual zigzagoons that all have the pickup ability, which is fantastic because, boy oh boy, is this thing filling up, and I've already emptied this. I do need to get this set back up, though, but we've got to get some more things going. Now, what adds this functionality? I know a lot of you guys were wondering that. It's actually the Cobble Workers mod that allows the functionality to happen for this pasture block. And interestingly enough, this mod does way more than just simply adding pickup abilities. It can allow Cobblemon to farm crops for you, farm berries for you, farm amethyst for you, even keep your furnaces lit, and it can do things like generate water and lava and snow in cauldrons. It's kind of wild. And I think this is really, really cool, reminding me of how like Pow World sort of worked. Well, I mean, minus the cutting up your Pokemon and eating them situation. Now, something interesting about the pasture block also in this pack is we can disable the breeding by placing a redstone block underneath the pasture block. Now, to be able to get some redstone, I should be able to head back through this valley area, as I do remember there being an Oratech geode that just so happened to have some redstone in it. Aha, there it is. Yes, this is what I'm going to need, as much redstone as I can get my hands on. And you know what? After getting a little bit of redstone, we got about 28 of them. I think we should also maybe nab some villagers. I think this would be a good idea. Oh, and you know what? Let's take this amethyst. I'm sure that's going to come in handy. So with just a couple of blank villagers after removing their workstations, we are ready to go. And we can actually use this to get kind of an iron farm up and running. I never like checked out the interior of the castle, but like rabbit's foot? That's really good. Like some gold here. All right, blacksmith area. Oh, no chest? How dare you? Ooh, but at the top, there's like a secret little area that has some bookshelves. Okay, I mean, the bookshelves are nice. So after that nice adventure, getting myself some villagers, oh boy, are we about to get started. But like I said, let's turn off the, well, breeding on this pasture block here. And now I can go back into my box. And what I'm going to do is just release any of these zigzagoons that currently have pickup on them. Now, those guys are going to start overflowing things incredibly fast. So, you know what? Let's actually make some droppers here, and let's make the pipes from the pipes mod. This is going to be a whole lot cheaper than making hoppers, believe it or not, even though it does use quite a bit of our iron. But what we can do is we can use a wrench and now define like a string or like a line of chests all the way underneath here. I'll just get my wrench made and then we'll take some chests. Yeah, and we don't even have to put this underground. Like instead of using hoppers, we can just have chests placed right on top and really just expand this inventory quite a bit by placing the pipe on the bottom, stringing it up. And then all we have to do is set this to extract mode. And this is really slow. It's only going to pull like 4 items every second. And it's just going to start filling these chests. Once this one gets pulled out of, it's going to send into this one, send into this one, and into this one. And then eventually this one will back up and fill. Eventually we'll be able to replace this once we have some more items with some more advanced chests. But as of right now, just having a regular chest right here or near is going to be more than enough. Now, my goal is to make an inventory today that is searchable. This is going to be something that's not going to be too difficult to do, but we are going to need a little bit more iron, and a lot of things have been given to us via our quest. So first things first, let's get an iron farm set up, and for this, I want a tank, and we can get a really nice tank from Mechanism for basically nothing. Super, super cheap. And you can hold down shift and scroll wheel and set this to bucket mode and then right click, and now it is linked to you. And for example, we can fill this with water, or we can hold shift and we can empty it. But it has 32 buckets worth of storage by default, by the way. And so what I need to go out and find is some lava. So if we can find a lava pool anywhere, this would be super helpful. And we can bring home like 32 buckets of lava. So you know what? This is going to give me a chance to go exploring some more. Maybe we'll find some more waystones and or possibly some more loot. Now this is interesting. I just walked over this and my quest said archaeology. So this must be a place that we could potentially find fossils in. Like, is this an archaeology site? I mean, I do have a brush on me, but if anything, we can vein mine out this. Oh, and there we go. Okay. And the chances of us getting a fossil, maybe, who knows? Okay, we got a herb. That looks like a root. This could potentially be a fossil. This is a fossil, a skull fossil, actually. Okay, can't complain too much. Like, we got ourselves like a skull fossil. I have no idea what this is going to give us Pokemon-wise, but we do have the ability here soon, once we get a little bit more resources, to do some research on this thing to potentially get us a fossil Pokemon. Oh, and by the way, from that endeavor, these are all of the things that we ended up getting. Man, some epic sights. Look at the tower up here. I always want to check these towers early game because, like I said, there's the chance of there being diamonds up here. Like, books and bookshelves are always so nice. Look at that. 3 diamonds, like I said. Another village found, which also means another waypoint. Yes, and we do have the Rs add-on in here. Very, very handy little structure. This has Rs additions, which adds this structure, which can be very helpful getting started with Rs. It's going to give you a lot of source stuff. Also an explorer's scroll, which can be kind of scary to use as it could teleport you underground. All kinds of fun stuff, but I do recommend grabbing these codexes as it can unlock early glyphs once we do get into Rs later on down the road. By the way, this playthrough, I'm actually not going to be using the Rs storage to kind of get started. I have used it in the past. It's actually really easy to get into, but I do want to switch things up and I like to change things up in playthroughs. So this go around, we're going to use something a little bit different. I mean, at the end of the day, there's only so many options outside of just getting into base applied energistics, and I really don't want to go through that grind just yet. Oh my goodness, more diamonds. I tell you though, these geodes are insanely good to find. And we also managed to find an umbrella, which is very nice for gliding. It kind of lets you glide off of mountaintops. And here's exactly what we were looking for. Perfect. A pit of lava, which will allow me to just scoop some up. That way we can use this back at the base. Wouldn't you know it? 32 buckets already filled. And you know what? While I'm down here, might as well go check these chests because sometimes these can have some really powerful R scrolls in them. If you're lucky, and not in this one. Ooh, but I should grab the obsidian because we're probably going to need that down the road. Now that I'm back, some things that I want to get set up is going to be a villager breeder that'll constantly keep us a supply of villagers. To do this, we need an incubator, a breeder block, and last but not least, a farmer to supply everything. And this setup is pretty basic. We're going to have a chest on the bottom. And then what I can do is I can use an item pipe to pull, instead of using a hopper, out of an incubator, which is going to have the baby villagers in it. Then on top of the incubator, we'll have another item pipe. This will be the actual breeder, just like so. Then on top of that, we need the actual breeder block. And then finally, what's going to supply the actual breeder with food? The farmer. And we can give this a carrot. All of these sections, they definitely need to be set to pull from the top to the bottom. And then all we have to do is place the actual villagers in. For example, we need 2 villagers in here, and then the whole system will just work overtime. What I really want from this whole thing, though, is a significant amount of iron to be generated. And to do this, we need an iron farm. And this is why I sat out to get that lava. So before I place this down, let's make sure to turn off bucket mode so I don't set my house on fire. And now I can start picking up this lava to use in the crafting recipes for the iron here. Look at that, how easy this is. So I'm going to make about 5 of these. And you know, for now, I think a good place for these will be to just place them right down here, and then we can have ourselves a chest lined up, and we can just place some item pipes under here to be able to pull automatically from the bottom of all of the iron farms. To get these to work, we need to supply the villagers. And these were the villagers that I just stole from that village. So now they're all in here. Now, some bad parts about this is it does make a lot of noise, but we do have ESM in here, which allows us to specifically define a location, for example, our base right here, to disable some of these really annoying noises. So with that location set, we can go in here and we can say villagers, and we can disable a lot of the different villager sounds, zombie sounds, which are really, really bad, and then the actual killing of the iron golems, which will get very, very loud. And to do this, you can specify all sounds, and here's all of the iron golem sounds searched up. And so what this is going to do is produce everything that a normal iron farm would actually produce in just a single little spot. Now, speaking of a small little spot, our storage solution. We need to figure out a way to make storage a little bit easier and make crafting a little bit easier. This is modded Minecraft after all, so why would I want to stay in vanilla chests? Honestly, one of the biggest drivers of me not wanting to go exploring is because of the limiting chests. As I know, I'm just going to come back with far too much loot and I'm not going to have anywhere to put it. And so a very simple mod that can solve this one problem is the storage scanner from RF Tools Storage. This is a very simple, and I mean really simple, super early game storage solution in a pack like this where you have access to ender pearls just given to you via the quests. And we can make this block, place it down, and this thing can scan storages that are nearby. However, this is going to require a little bit of power, but thankfully that's another problem that RF Tools kind of solves. There we go. A simple coal generator from the RF Tools power mod. We can place this right next door, and this is going to give this some nice power. We can use charcoal or coal, and this is going to work just fine. I don't think it accepts logs or planks or anything like that. No, it only accepts coal and charcoal. But now with it set, what we can do is we can expand the radius to cover like our base area. For example, we have like 10 blocks, give or take, and we can start to select by hitting these routable buttons. And there is something that I do want to mention that is an issue with this mod. It does show every single chest, but that also means it will also show double based on its position. So it's showing this as a chest and also this block as a chest. Things you need to keep in mind is if you do select all storages, all routable that is on here, that is not going to be the optimal way. What you want to do is you want to go through each of these chests, you want to find the doubles, and you want to skip them. So we're going to say, okay, this is this one and this is this one, but we also have this chest, and where is the other one? Okay, so this and this chest. So yes, we only want to make the ones that we haven't already selected routable. A good way around this, though, is to just use barrels instead of chests. And barrels are kind of a pain to craft, but not with the universal sawmill that's in the pack. We can place this down, for example, outside anywhere, and we can give it logs and convert logs immediately into barrels. It is kind of awesome. Like, I really like this. You can also make just about anything, though, that like uses logs. There's all kinds of different things. But like I said, the big one I love is the fact that you can just completely convert the logs right into barrels. And there we go. So I've started to get the storage rearranged. I've now got barrels placed in here, and I filled this whole roof section with barrels and then lined it like this. So there's actually like 3 barrels here, 3 here, 3 here, for example. And these can all be upgraded down the road with sophisticated storage. So now when I scan, it is going to be a lot nicer to set those routable inventories because I don't have to worry so much about, hey, if there's like a chest that has access over here and here and here, I can just go through and I can go, hey, let's just make all those barrels routable. There's a single inventory. Now, once all are set, we can just click the all routable button, and then I can sort of hide the actual storage of the list of the storage. And there we go. So we have all of our items listed right here, and we can sort by how many we currently have. I like to usually sort by amount descending, and there's all of our items, and they're searchable as well. We can search right here. But not only can we search, we can also send items, which are going to send into the routable containers. And it does, I believe, go from like top to bottom of the list. So like the first one that would be listed should be the first one that it goes into. We can double click these, and it's supposed to highlight where this storage is at, but I think it's actually behind here. The storage scanner is just honestly one of those things that is really hard to beat out early game compared to most other storage mods, mainly with its ability to be crafted pretty early game. So long as you have some ender pearls, I mean, it beats out just about any other option as far as simplicity to get set up. Speaking of simplicity, we can send items into the containers by holding down Shift and just clicking an entire stack that sends it into the containers. Pulling stacks out, we can just left click, that pulls the items directly out. And if we want to pull one out at a time, we can hold down Shift and we can pull one out at a time, making it a little easier. But something else this can do is pull crafting ingredients in for us. For example, we have the ability to craft a barrel, and whenever we hold down Shift, it's going to send the ingredients over here. but it's not really sending the ingredients specifically. It just sets the pattern, and then we can choose to craft a certain amount, whether it's 8, 4, or an entire stack. And yet again, just being able to craft out of it is such a quality of life. Now, I had to step out for a quick fresh breath of air because this next part is going to blow your mind. Because I've been hyping this block up so much, but there's actually something that makes it even more versatile and powerful early game. And that is its ability to be accessed cross-dimensionally and also like everywhere. Basically everywhere. You can access all of these inventories. And the way that we do that is we craft up a screen control module, very simple, and then we shift right click onto the storage scanner to set its position. Then we need to craft up a very cheap tablet and shift right click and place this inside of it. Once placed inside, we now have access to our storage from right clicking it. It is exactly that easy. Now, accessing it cross-dimensionally will work so long as we have our area chunk loaded. So we can go to our map and you select an area by holding down left click and dragging, and then hold down shift and left click and drag, and that is going to chunk load that area. So long as this remains chunk loaded, we can access our storage, which is so powerful from this beautiful tablet. And this is so much more versatile than any other storage mod that you can use, including Rs or integrated dynamics, and just significantly cheaper to craft also. Now, I still have one other problem to solve, and that is power production and how we're going to be able to sustain all of the charcoal. So I think some charcoal automation is definitely going to be a necessity. So this biome is so good for this, as it grants us so much clay and so much just free terracotta. And that biome happens to be a tempered highland, by the way. Just in case you wanted to use your compass to search it, there it is in the top right. Oh, and by the way, just to show off the tablet scanner even further, I am pretty far away, and you can see right here, I can just send my ingredients back to my storage container. Now, I've got myself some botany pots. Let's go ahead and turn them into hopper botany pots. The difference between regular pots and these is that these actually have an inventory, which is kind of cool. And I'm going to need to place down a couple of these. Let's see, we'll do, I want to do 5 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we could put another one right here. Yeah, that'll work. And now I also need a place to store the products that they're all going to be producing. And I want that to be ran all the way over here, but I do want to disconnect from this inventory as that's kind of a decoration inventory, but you can do that by just disconnecting like so. Perfect. All of these need to be set to pull mode, as they're going to be pulling the ingredients out and sending it into this barrel. Then in each of these, we just need to place in our saplings, which in this case, I'm going to use spruce, as I don't have to worry about apples or anything generating. And now I will say, these are not the fastest things in the world. They do grow very slowly, but it is something that is going to be passive. And then my idea over here is to utilize the way pipes function, where they will go into the first thing that they are connected to first. And so the goal is to pull ingredients out, and then it'll try to send to here first, and then continue piping along through the top, which should put logs and fill this up first, or saplings and fill this up first, and or leaves, anything burnable, and then send any remaining logs up to the top, and then just send this back through, which should also put charcoal into this barrel. I think this is going to work. Because I didn't actually test this, and already I can say it is a resounding failure. And the reason being is that for some reason, saplings can be piped into the top slot. I have no idea why. Now, I think a way that I could prevent this is by just simply voiding a few things and using a sophisticated storage barrel instead of a functional storage. See, with this barrel, what we could do is we could filter out specifically these saplings and make sure that when they're inserted into here, they're immediately voided. To do this, we put the void upgrade in, and then we just say, hey, make sure you void saplings and also void leaves, specifically spruce leaves, which can be generated from this, leaving only logs. Another cool thing, though, we can do is we can make sure that this first slot always stays logs. And this should also hopefully prevent like charcoal from being thrown back into the top, if that's even possible. So we can lock that. And so now that first slot is always going to retain that log here. And so now that should hopefully only send the spruce logs to the bottom and then the top and then sort of route around. But we definitely want to test this, this sort of theory. We want to see if this actually works. And I also want to see, can charcoal be sent back into this slot? Unfortunately, it can, which is really unfortunate and means that we will also need an upgrade for this pipe if we want to filter differently. Or you know what? Instead of actually adding a filter to that, we could just not send the charcoal back into the barrel. I think that is another solid idea. So I'll take my barrel, or my functional storage in this case, place it next to my sophisticated storage, and we can use a puller upgrade to give the spruce barrel some functionality. So we can have this pull from the upside, click that in there, and now whenever charcoal is generated, like this, it should go into this barrel immediately, and thus we do not need any specific filtering. And charcoal shall now be passively generated, which is nice. And so I should never have to worry about this storage being shut down on me. So now the real fun begins. With storage out of the way, I can focus more on adventuring and collecting more mons and doing all of the things like that. And with our pasture blocks and all of these guys, I don't have to worry so much about, am I going to run out of these very expensive to craft Pokeballs? We've kind of got that down on lock also. Like, this is just passively producing some really, really good balls. Also, another thing that's pretty darn cool is we have all of these candies that are also being passively generated that allow us to level up our mons directly. So I can use the XP candies, look at that, on Togepi, and it is leveling it up. And of course our level cap right now is 15, so we're getting close to being at level cap on everything that we currently have. But any new mons that we get, like if we find something really, really cool, instead of needing to grind out the levels on it, we can just do this. Now, I do have an opponent to be able to fight. You can see the arrow pointing here, but I'm just not quite ready yet. This guy is definitely going to have rock-type mons, and well, I don't really have anything that can use more than a measly splash. You know what? Before we go out and go exploring, we should probably make a healing machine now that I actually have revives, and this is where I definitely want to put this on a stick. Yes, we can have a healing machine on a stick, which is going to be very helpful for making sure that our mons after battle stay healed up. You know what? As far as some water type Pokemon go, I think Chutile will probably be a pretty decent one from the start. So we go ahead and try to catch this bad boy. Now, something we can do is we can actually increase the battle speed, which is kind of interesting. As of right now, I'm going to keep it low. But later on, we might actually want to upgrade this. Let's see what we can do. Can we catch this first try? And we did. Beautiful. And taking a look at the stats, not too bad. We can check the IVs, special attack and HP, not max IVs, but they're not horrible. And this right here, the power, I mean, it has water gun. Very, very nice. And only level 5. I wonder what more, what moves it's going to learn as we continue on. Oh, another ruined portal. Give me something good. Ender pearls in here and an enchanted golden apple. Wow. And Alacarcanoid token. Okay, I mean, perfect. I'll take all of that. Oh man, I know that it's level 23, but I really want to catch this. We'll eventually get to this level, and I wonder... Oh, I did not mean to hit you. I'm so sorry. We've got a battle now. Okay, so I'm wondering if I just use Ultra Balls on this bad boy? If we could potentially catch it, Magikarp, sorry, you're going to have to tank this. It is what it is. You're going to have to tank it. Oh, and we did catch it. That is beautiful because I really wanted to get my hands on a fire type for reasons we'll talk about next episode. You just can't pass up these towers. So nice. Look at this. Look at all these. Now this is exactly what I've been looking for. An ocean where we could potentially find a really nice water type. Ooh, it's level 36 though. Man, there's so many mons that I would love to get. I mean, we could probably try to catch them, but they're not going to be useful to us just yet. Ooh, now this is perfect. No, come back. This is level 14. Horsey, come on. No. Come back. It is so hard. There we go. Now I managed to get this guy. Let's see if we can't hit it with a great ball. I think that would be great. Oh man, this is going to be perfect if I can catch this. I think this is going to be a pretty decent starter for us. Uh-oh, this is not looking good. A pretty decent starter as far as our water type. I mean, I would really like the evolution of this, but it is what it is. We'll see if we can't catch this. Oh, so close. We'll give it another shot. We'll eventually get him, I'm sure. Ooh, and there we go. Oh, that is going to be perfect. Right before heading back, look what I found. Another one of those little houses that just have like a ton of loot in them. Ooh, and I managed to get some rooted boots, which is kind of a weird thing. Like every so often it'll convert like a grass block under your feet into dirt, thus healing you. And feeding you? Oh, but bunny hoppers. Yes. Okay, that is a good find right here. Oh, this is so good. As this is going to give us the ability to jump a little bit higher. Oh, and it's like a wildly high roll. And this is great. At the top of this tower, just a casual pair of running shoes. Yep. Oh man, I know he's level 19, but like, come on, we've got to get Toxel. Like, this would be a fantastic add to the team, especially once we get a couple of levels down the road. This would be really, really handy. Oh, and missed. Just give it another go, though. We'll see what this does. I mean, maybe we'll catch him. Maybe we won't. And yet again, a fail. All right. No big deal. We'll just do it one more time. Ouch. That was instant. Magikarp is definitely tanking all of this, which I absolutely love. Oh my goodness, Toxel took so many balls to try and catch. That was a lot. You know what? I also kind of want a Rookity. Come here. No, get back here. Get back here, Rookity. Did I make it? I don't think I did. Rookity was like, nah, not today. But there we go. Okay, perfect. Maybe we'll be able to catch this one on the first go. That would be fantastic. And it's only level 8. Come on now. Perfect. Man, I would really just love to stay out and catch more, but we really got to get our level cap up. So I think we should take on a trainer. Now with our XP candy, yeah, all we've got to do is find their hitbox. There we go. And then just level these guys up to our max of 15. You're leveling them up. Another thing we want to do is we want to go through and sort of check their move sets and just make sure that all of their moves are decent, and you can actually swap out moves by clicking one if they have already learned one. And I think now we're just about ready. I've got to get my trainer spawner ready to go, and then we just need the item, which is listed in our quest, by the way, underneath the BDSP. And we need to find our first item, and it tells us right here is smooth rock. Or actually, in my case, I don't have to craft the item at all, because there's one apparently right over here. And yeah, this guy was definitely underground, which honestly, very fitting. Very fitting for what we're about to do. I'm going to clear out a little area just to make this battle a little bit cooler. And I think we're just about ready. I have my team ready to go. We can look at them, or we can just go ahead and trigger it. All right, so Geodude, here we go. All right, Horsey, I hope you do well here. Let's see, we can use Water Gun or Bubble. Both are gonna be pretty good. However, we do have a 10% chance to inflict an effect with Bubble. Oh, that was just instantaneous. Yeah, I think we got this. This is only level 14. This is, yeah, also super effective. We'll just use Bubble again. Ooh, we did take some damage, and we did also flinch, which is unfortunate. So his speed, yep, just completely gets destroyed. That's great. Oh my goodness. Then we have Onyx. Onyx is one of those mons that is just super intimidating, and then you just hit it with a water type move, and it like disintegrates. It is actually like hilarious. Let's see. We'll do it one more time. Oh, he did use an item. By the way, against these trainers, we do get to use 2 items in my testing. So very nice. And they also can use 2 items, I do believe. But we just beat the trainer, which now means that our level cap is 16, which is pretty awesome. And we can now see that we beat that gym leader. And we do have another one from Team Galactic, which is next, which is Commander Mars, which actually shows up right here in the list. After completing our first Poke battle, we get ourselves some Poke tokens, and the guy goes, hey, you know, your moves were spot on. And you know what? Because Trico did so well in that battle where he wasn't in it at all, I'm just going to go ahead and give him a stick, you know? Like, we can We can make him hold a stick by giving him, you can give him a cosmetic item. And look at that, he holds a stick in his mouth. How awesome is that? And there you have it, our first gym leader done and taken on. And not only did we do that today, we also got a storage solution set up that does work cross-dimensional, which is going to solve just about anybody's need for storage in this pack early game. Not only that, we automated coal and we expanded on our raccoon problem. And guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you did, be sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss future episodes just like this one. And give this video a huge thumbs up. And also, comment down below, what has been your favorite Mon to find thus far? I would love to hear from you. Maybe you had some really awesome luck. I would love to hear down in those comments. And yeah, with that being said, it's now time for me to thank the amazing supporter of today's episode. And that huge thanks is going to go out to Alexander. Thank you so much for your amazing support in choosing to support me over on the Discord by becoming a Discord premium member and just supporting my channel in one of the best ways possible. And guys, I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.